Dyer's turn to pick.
Itemized the same, but Primal, we saw in the last game, he did have a rough laning stage and he did lose, but he is very strong, and if you do have good playing on the Primal, you kind of just run away with the game, and you gave away Enchantress. This is a hero that plays very fast in the early game. When we talked about these big tanky heroes being strong in the meta, Enchantress is actually quite good at killing them if you do use the farm.
It also just gives them the tempo that they were able to completely take over the first 20 minutes of the last game. Like, Enchantress is a hero that I'd say is like maybe 10th in popularity right now, because in the right hands, it changes the entire pace of a game depending on your mid rotations, your ability to take towers. But overall, I feel like if you're giving away Muerta for this Enchantress, you could be making a mistake, because I think the Muerta is something you could have taken yourself on LGD, because you just play so exceptionally well with it on Hero and on your flex mode.
One thing I want to know about is this Monkey King ban that LGD did 2 times in a row. In the first game, they managed to ban it in the first phase, and now in the second phase, because looking through the drafts, 9Pandas, they did not play Monkey King a single time at TI. So there must be some info that we're not seeing, something from the scrims, that I'm really wondering, like, why is this Monkey King so popular when it comes down to banning it?
It's a counter to Magnus.
10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Turn to ban. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to ban. Radiant pick. Dire pick.
Night Stalker.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left.
Earth shaking.
Choose your hero. Wait, you only get one?
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
摇摇领
Prepare for
摇摇
battle.
领先。
Enjoy 的。
好呀，好呀，好呀，没问题的呀，
Enjoy 的。
没问
OK，
题。
兄弟们，
摇摇领先，
全体目
摇摇
光
领先
向我
在说什么呀？
看齐
听不懂
啊
哎。
！OK， 兄弟们，全体目光向我看齐啊！
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
With their broodmother. This game they don't have it, but they have something that in essence is a little bit similar in the sense that you're going to have the scouting tools of Inch with a creep, Night Stalker at nighttime, you have X mark for long range catch, and then you always have that shadow step that can connect. So I think 9Pandas need to be very cautious about the way they move around the map in that mid game. And more important than anything, I think 9Pandas cannot afford to fall behind in the early laning stage by too much because their lineup is relatively slow. Shaker needs items in that mid lane, Centaur needs items in the off lane, and you have Alchemist as a carry. You don't really need to say much about how many items this guy needs. So Your support duo also isn't too active in setting up kills. They're very good follow-through. The Muerta is a great secondary, and so is the AA with the Ice Blast. But again, all of that depends on the cores being able to set them up for success. So really, 9Pandas, make sure your lanes go well. And teamfight-wise, their lineup's very strong, clearly. They have a lot of stuns, a lot of AoE damage. But they need to get there, and they need to be able to handle LGD playing flanks, because LG's lineup's super mobile.
Yep, we're going to see bounty runes are split across the board. Solo, though, is going to get caught eventually by this Inkswell. And you think the first blood will be going the way of LGD, and it is for why you smile. And Enchantress, this is a hero that has been banned first phase consistently throughout the tournament. For people that haven't gotten to see this hero very much, which is actually probably a considerable amount of people that only tune in for TI, can you explain why she is so highly regarded and how she got through?
So, I can't explain exactly why she got through, because I don't know the detail of why 9Pandas opted to focus on other things, but what makes this hero so strong is actually what you're seeing right now in the bottom lane. At level 1, Enchantress can skill any of her 3 spells. Oh, nice dead shot actually from Antares, and the blood grenade. Why you smile was not ready for that.
Yep, looks like he might be taking a tumble. Indeed he will.
Yeah, that's why Ench is so good. Right there. He just dies. So the thing about this hero is while Nature's Attendants are running, she trades the best of almost any support early on. She offers a lot of playmaking potential with rotation with creeps. She is able to take towers as a support, which is something very few supports are able to put that type of pressure. And most importantly, above all else, she's a lane securer. Because she's good in the first few minutes, generally, even a hero like Spectre, who's generally relatively weak in lane, can be enabled by Ench. She'll take her heal and trade with the enemy support. She'll get level 2, she'll take a creep with enchant, and she's just overwhelming. You know, very few heroes can really deal with that. Gotta say, 9Pandas doing a really good job down here. Again, Shiro.
Yeah, double edges there onto Shiro. Not gonna be enough for the kill. Still, 2 tangos remaining. See how long he can stay there.
Taras didn't have the mana for the dead shot, or that would have been another kill in this bot lane, but so
that is
far,
one thing about Muerta's dead shot does cost quite a bit. I mean, the combo between calling and dead shot. Her courier will end up going down here.
And you already see the plan here from Shiro. He's already quick buying infused raindrops, which is the item against this lane. Centaur very heavy on the magic damage, so is Muerta with the dead shot, so can block a decent amount. And probably in a kill attempt, it will take so long for 9Pandas that he's going to get double the value out of the raindrops, probably proc twice. So a wise choice. Gotta say, the lanes are going the way they want though on the side of 9Pandas, right? It's pretty good across the board.
Not too bad. You can see mid lane, in terms of the CS, nothing too crazy. You can see a Torrent come out from nothing to say, trying to pressure the Earthshaker as much as he can. And I mean, historically, Kunkka against any melee hero generally is Kunkka favored. Would you say that that is the case against Earthshaker?
Shaker's one of the few melee heroes that can really stand his ground here. You can just walk in and trade with a Kunkka. I don't know the ins and outs of this matchup in enough detail to say what the expected outcome is, but definitely it's one of the better melee heroes against Kunkka. Simply because of, you walk in, you enchant, you can at least deny some of the creeps or guarantee yourself last hits on range creeps. It's kind of a glass half full way of thinking too, where it's like, well, okay, hang on.
Mid lane, X marks the spot. Is he gonna be able to get the kill here? No, not able to set it up with any, but nothing to say is bullying him, and you can see the CS advantage is pretty decent, 18 and 8 versus the 11 and 6.
He had a stick charge, so he could have stick charged Torrented there if he wanted to, but electing to save the mana there, or maybe just wasn't aware that it was gonna just barely push him over the mana cost limit. But either way, good pressure. So yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting mid matchup for me, specifically because both heroes are melee hero dominators. So when they face each other, who is happier if this is a draw, right? Which, by the way, it is not right now. This is Kunkka winning the lane, clearly. So maybe, I don't know. I don't want to judge too much based on this one showing, because Nothing to Say has a history of just doing exceptionally well in certain lane matchups. His Kunkka has always been incredible in lane.
A nice little casual ice armor being applied from your position 5 enchant. The bottom lane though, double edge, takes out Shiro. So
yeah, nice ice armor. Bro.
While You Smile is buffing up the mid laner, the safe laner does get killed.
I don't really feel like there was that much value to the ice over there and giving him the armor. I don't really think much. nice deny on the ward. Kiyotaka was going for the B ward, nothing to say, lands a torn and gets the deny. And that might not sound like much, but it's actually quite defining for the lane if Kiyotaka gets that ward. He gets so much experience and gold from it. Instead, gets absolutely nothing, and nothing to say takes the full wave. And now he's level 5 against this 4-shaker, and this is when things can get really scary. The low cooldown on Tidebringer is going to be very spammable. Every time Kiyotaka wants to go and do this, it's going to take as much back the other way.
Oh my goodness, so much harassment in the bot lane. You can see Solo has made his presence known going through that gate, so forced to try to some last hits under the tower. He's going to get hoof stomped into the double edge, and from the other side you can see Solo is there with the last couple right clicks. Should be enough, indeed it is. Miara though might get turned around on. Planet with that Inkswell. Will get the trade, but still that's another death for the Spectre.
Yeah, core-to-core matchup right now. 9Pandas are looking great with the exception of mid. Alchemist is having a much, much better time than the Spectre, but of course, we're now hitting nighttime, and I think part of the reason LGD chose to go for this Night Stalker, which is a pretty uncommon hero to see right now, this hero is relatively weak in the first few minutes of laning. He's very exploitable by a lot of the meta carries, but Alchemist is just not it. This is not a particularly aggressive and strong lane carry, especially when coupled with a hero like AA. I don't think you pose that much of a kill threat. So as a result, Neo is going to be off to a solid start on NS, and now that it's nighttime, he's going to be the one running the top lane. So very curious to see what Ramses' approach is going to be. You're just going to abandon the lane and go jungle, or you feel like you can still contest. So far he can. The level 5 NS should start proving to be a bit of a problem in that matchup.
Denied.
Yep, there's nobody I would ask for advice on Night Stalker more than you. I trust
I would ask
everything
a lot of other players nowadays.
Ramsey.
There was a time.
Gonna get caught here. There's a TP coming though. Inkswell does hit, but not going to be enough to actually get the outright kill. As Ramsey's just going to continue to farm. You can see his CS pretty decent.
Oh. Well, the big CS winner is definitely this Kunkka of Nothing to Say. Speaking of which,
big rotation from Nothing to Say. Exit the boat. Miero. Nice job from Shiro dodging that hoof stomp, but it looks like it will eventually be a kill, and it will go to Nothing to Say. So his game just continues to improve and creates a little bit of space now for Shiro to at least get some farm in that bot lane.
Obviously, a little bit of good news for Kiyotaka because he got a full 3-wave mid, but very, very thin silver lining considering what it costs across the map. Spectre will be almost completing power treads now, and halfway to level 6. Once that is unlocked...
That's not a jungle creep. Careful now. Careful now, young man. Planet, oh.
Radiant's courier has been killed. I worked as a Dire's middle tower. Looks to be distinctly
this is effectively what I was worried about could happen for 9Pandas. It's not happening yet, but this is the makings of a very dangerous first 15 minutes now, where Night Stalker's level 6, you have Ench that is being freed out from bottom so she can start making moves and taking control up top. Alright, Shiro though.
Yeah, another combo. Back into the call. Not quite enough though. Mero, a decent amount of damage, but still not enough. Spectre, and the fact that they're still pressuring him. Kiyotaka now going to feel the brunt of the damage coming from LGD as Mew comes in with a crippling fear, and that's going to be an easy pickup. Or will it? Yeah, it'll light a little bit longer. Still silenced though. I get dropped.
I do like what 9Pandas are doing here, that they're recognizing, okay, this top lane is not that great, but we're going to let
the Stampede, hoof stomp with the calling, and the second go around is a kill. So third death already for Shiro. With Ramses, he's getting gone on now. New. A nice vision thanks to his ult. Gonna run out though. There's the void again. Concoction not gonna do much. Kill goes away at Mew, and Solo getting caught on the other side. By Nothing to Say, looking for a solo kill, but the full feet will activate. And the company gonna chase him down, and with that Inkswell, this should be more than enough damage. And Nothing to Say, absolutely dominating this game. All over the map, finding kills left, right, and center.
It's an interesting dynamic to see though, right? The Ench kind of just leaves bottom lane minute 4 or 5 and starts playing top half. And as a result, 9Pandas identify, okay, our aggressive plays are all sitting on the Spectre bottom. But effectively the trade-off right now is that LGD are killing mid and top, and all that Pandas are trading is kills on Spectre, which, while good, isn't kind of fully compensating for what's happening on the rest of the map. They're losing top tier 1, the mid tier 1 is almost fallen as well. So Alchemist, in terms of having safety and having the space he needs, when this game can get really scary, especially looking at the 15-minute mark when Night Stalker gets a second night, how are 9Pandas going to handle the honestly just how much of a terror the map is going to be. Nero?
Yeah, trying to go for the hook stop, but the silence comes out from Mew with that crippling
Nice dead
fear. Dead shot onto Grim means that no kills will come.
That's good news for Alk. So many heroes showing bottom means Ramses feels very confident.
That's good news for Alk, says Cinderin.
He's probably fine.
Mew, continue the pressure. Why you smile, getting some nice impetus damage, but the chemical rage, all that regen to come with it.
And the daytime, so.
It's off a tip as well.
Go. Told you it was good news.
Good job, Cinderin.
Yep.
So we're going to see Midas #1 from Shiro. Not a big surprise considering, I mean, it is Spectre, which is not the most uncommon, but also his game is pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I think he needs to catch up Midas here. I think his other cores are having a good enough game that he can probably go for this. What a weird net worth distribution, right? Spectre and Shaker are even. So that means nothing to say won the mid lane by 2,500 net worth, minute 10. This was a last pick Shaker into Kunkka, right? Which is also why I was holding my judgment about this lane matchup, because 9Pandas chose this. They knew that this was what they were getting themselves into, and maybe just unfamiliarity with this matchup or an individually bad performance from Kiyotaka this game. I don't know which one it is, but if they knew this was how it's going to go, I really don't think they would have picked this hero.
Ramsey's second go around. Let's get out Chemical Rage.
Stampede gets him far.
TP with
Not far enough.
Torn is there with the boat, and nothing to say, takes another kill for himself. Ferre still getting pursued by Mew. Uncharge applied. Phantom's embrace as well. Second kill goes the way of LGD. They are really aggressive, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise considering it is a Night Stalker. Now we're going to see another Inkswell combo. Solo dies. Third kill for LGD in just a matter of moments.
Yeah, so we didn't have to wait for the 15-minute mark. We just needed one Dark Ascension and an overwhelming play. And here's the problem for 9Pandas. Their support duo, AA and Muerta. Muerta's level 6, but didn't skill her ult. She's just keeping 3-0. AA doesn't have Ice Blast, and your cores need daggers to make moves. Centaur doesn't have the blink. He finally got it now, but didn't have it until just now. Shaker is 300 gold away. So these timings that 9Pandas might have had in mind when they drafted the heroes they did have been delayed sufficiently for LGD to at least create some sort of distance in the game now. Now, I want to see if 9Pandas can find some good moves with these upcoming blinks. They're going to immediately make use of Mieros, it looks like. Going to go for the smoke here.
How does that
A
even
bit of a
work?
surprise reveal. Stampede is ready in 15. To say, though,
Welcome back.
safely taking the rune with X-Mark. They're not going to get him.
Yeah, but there's the blink reveal, as you said. Hook on double edge with the calling to follow. It's actually get the self Inkswell off, and that's enough. Planet. They can't even kill a support right now. Very bad news for 9Pandas.
I mean, it's one thing.
There is going to go spotted. Star Stomp is there. Shiro jumps in. Looking for the kill for the Stampede. No, it's not enough. As the Tidebringer just decapitates him, and Solo looks to be next on the list. 11-4 advantage for LGD. They're up by 3K against an Alchemist.
Yeah.
Not good news. I mean, they are pretty close to some items here. I mean, I think, yeah, the Blink Dagger just came online for Kiyotaka, so they have the double blink, and Radiance is either being delivered or soon to come for Mr. Ramses.
Kiyotaka has some ground to cover, though. I'm going to be looking at this Shaker quite a lot now. You finally got your dagger. This was your last pick in the draft. Where's the value? Like, where are the moves coming from? You went for this smoke, it backfired. You got 0 kills and got 2 heroes killed instead. And got to think of this from a morale perspective as well, right? Like, you want to get something going. Just having some successful plays and feeling like you're progressing towards something would be very welcome for 9Pandas. Keep in mind, they went through an extremely stressful previous game, right? They had their backs against the wall for like 45 minutes and all for naught. And now they're finding themselves in a similar position again, potentially here, with how these first 14 minutes are going. Smoke's gonna break. Why you smile?
Stomp is there, calling as well. That's gonna be an easy pickoff for 9Pandas, but see Mew popping his ult. He wants to focus on the Miera. Nope. Changing the targets. Kiyotaka is the bigger one. Ice Blast is coming. Looks like Kiyotaka does get off his Echo Slam, but it's all for naught. So it's a 1-for-1 advantage, certainly in LGD, and it might not be over yet. Ares gets X'd. By the way, he gets killed. He's going for a Midas on the position for Muerta, so this is kind of the state of affairs now for 9Pandas to try to get to late game somehow.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah,
under
do they
attack.
even have better late game? Is my question. Spectre has been one of the absolute late game monsters of this tournament when the hero gets there. Night Stalker, I think, is an incredible late gamer when he's farmed enough. In this game, you had a good laning stage and a Midas. And Kunkka, a hero that used to kind of fall off later in the game, I think doesn't really have that problem anymore. You just go for this massive water park build that he's building now. You get Octarine Core for lower cooldown, you maybe get Refresher, and the fights just turn into this absolute chaos that both Nightstalker and Spectre thrive in. So I don't know if this is a winning strategy for 9Pandas, but what's the alternative?
I would say he's going to get some help with this Spectre using the Shadow Step. Stampede is there for Mira, though. I don't think they can close the gap because he blinks away.
Good disengage there.
You can see the power of this LGD lineup. They can kind of be all over the place, especially when New's ult is online. Speaking of New, Concoction's coming for him. There it is.
Kaka's coming as well.
A blast off the mark. But the fissure is there. Neo finds a little gap in the trees, and now it's planted there with the Soulbind. Solo is dead on the sideline. Just like that, 9Pandas have to retreat. Very unfortunate for them.
Yeah, that Ice Blast miss. It's not great, you know, you have the Shaker rotating in. That Ice Blast can be a guaranteed hit if you have the patience, but they stressed out a little bit, went for it.
Another attempt on the Mira, but
nice dagger.
Again, out of dodge. I mean, he's had a decent game, for sure, all things considered.
Yeah, I think that's the one hero on the side of 9Pandas that has not really had the game he wants.
Ramses, crippling feared, completely outnumbered and brought down.
More art than science.
You need to be really careful with how you position your heroes as 9Pandas right now. I think playing this kind of game becomes so exceptionally difficult because the enemy team can kill you in all sorts of pairs. Nightstalker plus Grimstroke can kill, Kunkka plus Grimstroke can kill, you always have the Shadow Step, and just giving vision, and she can actually deal some serious damage too with 4 points in impetus and a Dragon Lance, so nowhere is really safe. The moves you're making aren't being particularly successful.
Instantly canceled. They're going to try to focus everything onto the Nightstalker. Looks like they should be able to get him. The crippling fear is there. They do find it in the end.
That's good.
Much needed kill for 9Pandas.
Solo the one to take the brunt of the bounty, though. I think they would have hoped to get a bit more maybe on Kiyotaka, who has a long recovery ahead of him. And like Lacoste pointed out on the panel, I don't think this is a very good Ags game either on Shaker, but you kind of have to get it if you're playing in core mid. The problem is, usually when Shaker gets this item, he can like jump in, kill someone, reset, jump out. You're playing against X-Mark, Silence, and another Silence. So, it's tough. It is definitely a long road to recovery here, but
which means BKB will have to come short.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you have any choice. I think BKB is absolutely mandatory after this Ags. We've seen some players sometimes go for something else than the BKB. I think more often than not, it is just the best choice. In this game, it's a total no-brainer. I think you can't play without it in that stage of the game, so gotta get there though. Midases are paying off still for LGD, both of them just running one cooldown Nightstalker and Spectre.
Pops that ult, they find the Centaur, still crippling fear silence. Another silence to follow, as he talked about. Easy pick off again for LGD. And Solo, well, he's playing Ancient Apparition, so he will die. Nothing to say, claims that for himself.
That's a great summary of his experience with the game so far.
He will die.
Yeah. He is playing Ancient Apparition.
I mean, nothing to say, though, as we're going to see another initiation. Ramsey, X-Well will eventually hit him. Do they have the damage? Nothing to say. He didn't use his ult in the previous engagement, so that means he has it there.
And he still had the Torrent Storm, too. Like, he's not even using all his spells because they don't need to.
Yeah, he's using the stats from the Axe right now.
Yep.
That's for sure. Kiyotaka, Echo Slam. They really want the Nightstalker, but get him again. Now trying to follow it up to get Planet as well. Looks like he will follow suit.
Right, double kill the Shaker. Very good news for them.
And is showing some signs of life, but again, down 4K with an Alchemist. That is, I mean, I don't...
And against a spec, right? Let's keep that in mind too.
True.
This hero with a gold lead has a really high win rate. It's definitely going to be a challenge for 9Pandas to overcome. And I think the one hero in this game they have that truly can solve the Spectre is Alk. Especially after the change that gives you this corrosive weaponry. All of these like little things help quite a bit when you're playing Alk against another hero in these fights, but it's 4 deaths on Ramses hurts a lot. This hero really needs to snowball. He's just not been given the game that he would want. Not being top net worth on Alk at 19 is generally a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
So it's gonna complete the BKB in any second now, probably half a minute away. They have too much to
might
gain.
not even have time.
Yep.
Nothing to say. continuing the aggression. Solo, remember, he picked Ancient Apparition. We know how this ends.
I'd say wicked sick.
Dead again.
Now with the shard as well for nothing to say. Considering how tanky he is right now and the damage issues that 9Pandas are facing, this is an absolute dream game for a mid-Kunkka. You can just run around the map. If you find anyone with X-Mark, you know you can count on Spectre support. You know you can likely count on the Night Stalker with Dagger to connect as well. And you have so much damage just on your own. X-Mark Torrent into Tidal Wave, Torrents from
Tormy
below.
Steel? Could it be?
Oh, Tormy?
Tormy Steel?
It looks to be disintegrating.
Now they do. Coining that phrase.
Now they still don't.
Tormy's your friend.
I think
if you want to take it. They're not going to do it. Unfortunate. Playmail now online. Mr. Miero was up. I thought he was going to go straight for the heart because he was actually having a decent game, but switches it up now knowing that these fights will just be constant. The LGD have... You talked about how Kunkka is really set up well in this game, but I think a lot of it is because he destroyed his lane in 1v1 first, right?
And I think if 9Pandas, if this game goes awry and they come back and look at the play, I think they're going to come to the conclusion that this was not the choice, right? You cannot give Kunkka this good of a game. He was the overall first pick of LGD's draft, correct? No, that was Ench. When did they pick Kunkka?
Go ahead and alt tab. I'll allow you.
Was it
one time in the tournament?
Anyway. Thank you so much. I really need your permission to do. Anyway, at the end of the day, they had all 5 heroes visible when they picked Kiyotaka's hero. Well, still needing to keep that out of Shaker.
Okay.
AA. Solo.
Theoretically could still die to these loops. You never know. You never know with this hero. Right. You can see that they want to go for Tormy time, but Solo. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Antares is also done.
Antares, the Eastern European special. Will you die? No.
Maybe it's middle tower.
Solo wants a little bit of it now. This is a really inefficient Tormy time, but they will get it in the end. And Solo gets rewarded with his shard, which is
okay. I'll give it to you. Start calling it Torming time.
Well, that's a Kedra specialist. Roshan is being attempted here from LGD.
Oh wait, that was a Kedra special. That's why it was actually fun. That makes sense. That's why it's okay.
Into nothing though.
Well, he has the shard, so he stuns them a little bit. So that's kind of cool. Down it goes. Aegis. Going.
So 5 minutes with that Aegis. And get the old X marks back into the fountain. And LGD having a terrific game so far. We saw them get a little bit shaky last game. I feel like 9Pandas gonna need a little bit more of that to get back in this game. But the Agnums is online, like you talked about the Earthshaker. Maybe not the best game for it, so likely the BKB is next.
I mean, it just has to be, right? Like, what else?
Okay, Taka, he finds Mew. That's good.
Oh, I got that silence off him.
Hero coming in. That's a dead Earthshaker. Soulbind on the 2. And the boat is coming for Ramsey. Stampede's not going to help him here. He is absolutely stun-locked. Look at that Hornstorm to follow. Pops that BKB, but he is completely surrounded. And they're going to bring him down. Triple kill for Shiro. And LGD don't even use the Aegis. I mean, Shiro has basically full HP.
Middle tower is under
attack. Did he hesitate even a slight?
Not over yet. Antares.
Oh dear.
That makes it 4 then.
If you're gonna jump Night Stalker like that with Shaker, you have to have the chain stun. I don't know if he didn't cast it perfectly instantly there with level 4 and aftershock. He can get the Fisher off, but
top tower is under attack.
Either he just narrowly missed it, or like it depends how you're facing, right? A Shaker. If you jump in with Enchant Totem, you need to cast Fisher in the same direction that you're facing. Otherwise, the turn rate is going to cost you that perfect chain stun, and Night Stalker just needs a millisecond to get off that crippling fear and ruin your play. That was such a crucial mistake. We're going to see the replay here. So jumps there. He gets the hit off first.
Yeah.
That's too greedy. He has to Fisher instantly. If he gets close for the attack first, the chain stun's going to fail. And that's just the end of the play. The moment Shaker dies there, this is just abandoned ship, but unfortunately, the better ship is on LGD's side.
Yep, it's a shark, I think.
Yeah.
Actually. Very effective ship indeed.
Bottom tower needs a hand.
So LGD continuing their prowess. Torment time is available for them. They will. Planet already has his, so this could potentially go to New, and it does.
That is so nice to get for free for NS.
Well, now he can consume creeps.
It's a true feels good shard on this hero. It solves some of the problems that you have with efficiency in terms of farming. It gives you a lot more tankiness in fights. You just need to connect on anything when you're resetting out. If you're fighting anywhere in the jungle, you just go and eat a creep and heal a massive amount. You have no downtime now, so he's just gonna eat creeps. It's essentially like a second Midas almost, right? It's just like instant kill on creeps. You get experience for. Just feels so good. A lot of the time, Night Stalkers buy this item. He just got it for free.
Oh,
so.
he had it queued up.
Yep, so he's going to progress that much faster with his Blink BKB already.
Stampede, I mean, when it's hard to find who they're stampeding, you know that's not good news for 9Pandas.
Oh,
Ramsey now does not have that spell at his disposal. We'll pop the BKB.
He'll get out.
They forced it out. That's a pretty big BKB
is that
down.
going to last long enough?
It is. Oh, it's coming. Ramsey goes back, and he's dead. Ice Blast is coming. Not going to connect, though, as Antares has to try to stand his ground, but that's a support. Double kill for New.
Solo's playing AA.
Yep, he's playing Ancient Apparition. He's going to get Gush back and brought down eventually because, again, AA things. You expect to die double-digit times when you play that hero regardless.
This is
maybe not this
a bad AA game. I think two of the matchups in this game are absolute nightmare matchups. Spectre is terrible, and Night Stalker is terrible. And I wouldn't say Kunkka is good either. So, in all fairness, Solo has 9 deaths. It's like so hard to play. Like, what do you do in this game? You have to stand back extremely defensively to not get caught by any of this. And, well, at that point, you're fully reliant on your teammates setting you up with stuns to have any impact. Because, yeah, if you're 2k range behind the fight, maybe you don't get caught, but then you're literally one spell. And you're only the Ice Blast. That's everything you offer. It's going to be hard to use your items. You know, you're buying Glimmer Cape to help your teammates, but if you're playing completely safe position, you can't even connect to save them. A really, really difficult game for him. And gotta say, LGD with this draft have punished some serious holes in this 9Pandas draft. It's gonna be so tough to find the recovery here.
Yeah, Ancient Apparition things. Oh, the Spectral Dagger. Oh. Nope, he's fine. And he will actually live. Antares is trying to kill his teammate because he's used to him dying so much. Oh my god! Oh dear. All right, he made it to 10, Cinderin.
Yep.
Take your shot as Earthshaker found out. Okay, the Echo Slam is there. Kiyotaka with the axe gives him a little bit of space. Fissure to fall, but Neo pops the BKB. And another kill goes the way of LGD.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand. Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
I mean, the one saving grace for 9Pandas is LGD does not hit towers very well.
That is true. It's going to take them some time to get there. The thing they do well is absolutely dominate the map. So even if you can't go high ground, if you can effectively control 80% of the map, which I would definitely say their lineup can, Spectre can be farming her own jungle while being able to gank with the other 4 of her team that can just constrict the map from 9Pandas. It's a matter of time. Like, you can't just sit back and hope you can turtle forever and then lose. Like, you're gonna lose to a Spectre with a 20k net worth advantage over an Alchemist, right? It's just like
auction,
just a numbers game. Yeah, no BKB on you.
The max New quick blink though. My goodness, AA Blast is coming. That's too much of an effect. As you can see, Centaur just getting taken out on the sideline. Why you smile has a BKB? Excuse me? Kiyotaka dies. That's 2 dead already for 9Pandas, and Ramses is completely surrounded, trying to TP. Didn't actually get out. Well, activated again.
He had BKB running still, I think, for a little bit. He BKB TP'd out, but again, it's not even the slightest win that he gets out, because at the end of the day, he could have also just not initiated to begin with. So this was actually a worse outcome than nothing. Just nothing good happening for 9Pandas in this game, really.
Dire's bottom tower.
The map just keeps getting smaller and smaller. They're running out of towers. Now, if only they had 5 shrines in their base, maybe they could heal.
God, that was such a bad mechanic. I don't miss that one. Formy is definitely better than the shrines. Barry's trying to turn into a core because he just can't trust his teammates anymore. It's a hard game overall for 9Pandas. The lead is just continuing to go LGD's way. And we can see Roche, we won't know for another close to a minute. But you have to expect that one to be very important for 9Pandas to somehow contest. I don't know how, though.
Yeah, that's the challenge. How do you get out on the map? I think... Okay, so first of all, smoke is... Oh my god.
Up Stampede. Trying to get out of here. Nice danger, though. Soulmine on tip 2. Slow him to a crawl. He gets X-Mark back, and Centaur's dead. Making good work of Kiyotaka as Ramsey is caught off all on his own. Double kill for Shiro. And LGD just playing with their food now. 15k lead, and I don't think it's stopping anytime soon.
All right,
They can't hit buildings.
let's talk possible options for 9Pandas here. I think you could try to stall for Shaker BKB so you can have some sort of teamfight impact. He's about 1,000 away. At that point, you probably complete Alchemist Scotty as well, and I think you just smoke as 5, hope you find a good fight, and get Roche. The only way you get out of the map is by smoking. Like you have no space at all to work with. But that is not enough because you also need to find the right target. If you find Night Stalker and he gets BKB off, your smoke just breaks and you don't kill him. You have no BKB piercing stuns. Kunkka is probably too tanky if he gets any spell off in his BKB.
Scanning for enemies.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm grasping at straws here. Like, even if they smoke, what can they find?
I think the easy answer is Kiyotaka getting chased now. Echo Dagger.
Desperately trying to get that BKB. Nice psychic headband.
He's done. 50 seconds on the deck. Does have buyback, but I mean, I don't think we're at that stage of the game where you're forcing that one. I think the easy answer is LGD just have to make some big mistakes. I mean, look at 9Pandas lineup. They have ridiculous AoE. Like, if they can get the jump on like 3 or 4 heroes, that could definitely be a good fight, but LGD, that's a big mistake if they even are in position to let that happen.
The nature of their lineup makes that really unlikely because of the way the heroes work, right? Kunkka is essentially a ranged hero in this game at this point. He's going to cast all his spells. He doesn't even need to go in and hit anyone with Tidebringer. So let's consider him a ranged hero. Then there's Night Stalker who's flying and can go anywhere in the fight, and there's Spectre who can jump around. So how on earth are these heroes going to stack up for Kiyotaka to find a big echo? Except if they push high ground and send in multiple heroes, but I think when it's high ground time for LGD, they're going to get Spectre and Aegis, and then she's just going to hit the tower long. So, and they can X-Mark push. It's obviously going to be excruciatingly slow. But yeah, I like this for 9Pandas. You know, you gotta try to go for something here. They definitely wanted to wait for the BKB on Shaker, but it just seems like that is not possible.
Roche not up for another 45. Of course, the teams don't know this. So 9Pandas trying to catch LGD with their pants down. Yeah, they get off the nice initiation. Hook stomp into the ice platform on nothing to say. Pop his BKB though, and Barrett ends up getting a kill on the planet. Gonna get tidal wave back and drop down swiftly. So it's a 1-for-1, and now look at the pure damage coming in from the Enchantress onto the Centaur. Now focusing his efforts onto Ramsey, who's trying to take on nothing to say. This will be a pretty big kill for 9Pandas, and they'll get it. It's still a 3-for-2 with the buyback now coming out from Planet. Nice TP out. But even though the numbers are on the side of LGD, that's still better than nothing for 9Pandas, because that was 2 cores that didn't die.
That was honestly quite good for 9Pandas. If you think about how this started, they jumped the Kunkka, he doesn't die, because Ramses was not immediately there for the play. So he was there round 2 when the fight developed. He gets a kill on a Kunkka who's 7-0 and 17 before that death, so a big kill bounty for your L, and you got a buyback. You lost the fight 3-2, but I don't think it was going to get much better than that. So it bought your Shaker a BKB. Your Alchemist got a lot of gold, and well, you are going to lose the Roche, but I don't know. You kind of got to take the small victories here if you're the side of 9Pandas. So, Ollie, it's something. It's like Ramses is not finishing the Scotty. He's opting to go for a Silver Edge, perhaps. At least he's eyeing up multiple items. He has quite a bit of gold. Hasn't made his decision just yet. Obviously, with the Silver Edge, has a much better chance of killing Spectre.
Oh boy!
But
BKB's down for 20 seconds, so if they just find him, they'll be able to do much. Yep. He does go south.
A very unexpected farming pattern, to be honest. When you're this dominated, it's pretty rare to go and farm that camp. And as a matter of fact, it's going to work in his favor here because LGD weren't expecting it either.
Now Ramses does pop the Chemical Rage, blinking.
He's gonna
closer to danger. Danger zone, danger zone. LGD, they're going to find their combo, this time onto 2. Centaur's dead, and Terrace looks to be next. BKB popped by Neo, and it's an easy double for YU Smiles, now turning ridiculous core on that Enchantress. And now the absolute pathetic building damage being applied by LGD.
Well, they do have backbone protections.
Even so, Cinderin.
Most lineups would not be taking this. Yeah, it's pretty slow, but hey.
With a lead this big, I don't know what.
Have an Alpha Wolf as well. AC or
Kiyotaka looking for an Echo. Could actually get off an OK one, not anymore. Even if they did, it's still 3 versus 5. So second fortification comes out a little bit early on. There's backdoor protection, so that'll buy them some time as well.
Door 5 radiant's top tower is under attack.
2 seconds though, Kiyotaka. Again, the Echo Slam is only on the 1. They want Why You Smile. I saw there, but it's all for naught. They don't find anything. Solo's dead instead because he's playing Ancient Apparition. Looks like Alchemist is next on the list. That is a big kill for LGD. Now they're trying to focus down this set of barracks. Kiyotaka without that big Echo is going to go over from Arrow, getting off the hook thumb onto 2. Going to be able to quick spear. He's going to have to take out the Spectre. It is, but that's just the Aegis. But Hornstorm doing so much work, keeping everybody stuck in place as Miero falls along with Antares. And there's the tidal wave on the Ramses as GGs are called, and LGD completely dominating game number 2.
Yeah, and I was just about to say LGD getting us back on schedule, but in reality, those 2 games had an average game time of 50 minutes anyway. That's how long that first game was, but a 2-0 is going to be the result here. And honestly, this game was just a total beatdown. I loved LGD's strategy. I think we've seen another team